So you're Richard Coanda.
Yes, also known as Dick Coanda.
Oh, Dick Coanda. All right. And I understand that you got in Scientology in San Diego.
Oh no, it was in Los Angeles,
Oh, you in Los Angeles first.
1968.
And at what org was that?
It was L.A. Org Foundation.
And what were you doing in L.A.?
Well, I lived there. I was teaching at University of Southern California.
And then when did you move down to San Diego?
In '69, I think.
And what was your connection with Scientology in San Diego?
Well, I became the intro lecturer at the College Avenue Org.
Oh. And how long were you in San Diego in Scientology?
3 years. Oh, 4 years. After 3 years, I quit the university, and I joined the Sea Org. I think I joined at AO. And yes, and the day that I was to leave San Diego to drive up there with my children, I got a phone call saying the deal was off. I had already quit my job, canceled my telephone. In fact, the telephone service was cut right in the middle of this conversation.
Oh my God! And so what happened?
Then I took a job at the La Jolla Org for a while, and then I got offloaded, and I got a job as a manager of a newspaper store, out-of-town newspaper store.
Oh,
And also
yeah.
for a while I was a short-order cook at the cafeteria for the mechanics at the PSA airline.
And then, but when did you go into the Sea Org?
Into the Sea Org, it was 1971, I think, or 3. It was either 1 or 3.
And then, and from when to when were you in the Sea Org?
Well, it was 23 years total. I got out at 2000.
And what were some of the posts that you had in the Sea Org?
Oh my! Well, I was briefing course supervisor, briefing course word clearer. For a short time, I was director of training. I was SSO.
What does SSO mean?
Oh, that's staff section officer. That's director. It's another name for the director of personnel enhancement.
Right.
Yeah. And I was folder admin for 3 months. I bounced around.
And what was one of your highest posts that you had?
Well, staff section officer was a department head, so that was the highest post.
What about, I understood that you had some period of time as an LRH writer.
Oh, well, that's when I left ASHO. I went to LRH Public Relations, which at that time was located in Los Angeles.
And so what did you actually do as an LRH writer?
Yeah, I was the chief writer. I wrote about 50 press releases celebrating LRH victories with his technology.
Oh.
Yeah, and wrote a weekly little thing about LRH and his personality for distribution among the staff.
Oh.
LRH Briefing, I think it was called.
Oh, I see.
And I wrote for LRH internal PR and external PR, in addition to the news releases.
Mm-hmm. And so, what were the circumstances when you were forced to leave the Sea Org?
Oh, well, after I was on staff at LRH Public Relations, and I wasn't doing well on staff. I was actually suffering a condition where it was difficult for me to enter and leave my body. It's called int rundown.
Oh, I see.
Unflat.
Right.
I tried to put it in terms for the general public.
Right.
And a person in that condition does not enjoy being wherever he is. He just feels like he should be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He compulsively wants to leave wherever he is. And it was hard for me to receive any correction from the qualifications division because I get into long word chains and word clearing. And after a while, the qualifications divisions claimed that I was uncorrectable. Well, I still had a position where I had to submit my articles, and if they got rejected, and if I received a cramming order, I had to finish that cramming order in 24 hours, or else I'd be assigned a condition of treason and go through various penalties.
Right.
And so there I was, unable to be serviced in call, yet with this blade hanging over my head. And
right.
It was quite. The pressure was very intense on me. And so I finally I kind of caved in, and I was sent to the RPF
Oh, by the way, how many
rehabilitation project force.
Right. So, by the way, how many times during your period in the Sea Org did you go to the RPF?
3.
And what was the longest period of time on the RPF?
Oh, I don't know. The first time I was on for 11 months, and I was aboard the Excalibur. That was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh.
I lost 30 pounds.
Oh.
They didn't feed us well. At all. And the last time I was on, it must have been almost that long, or maybe it was a little bit longer. I think maybe it was a year and a half. Each time was in the neighborhood of a year on the RPF.
Right. And what were the diet? What diet did you eat on the RPF?
Well, whatever they fed me. I mean, where I lost 30 pounds, in the morning we'd get 1 egg, a little slab of cream cheese, a piece of toast, and coffee. That was the whole breakfast. Oh, and one pork sausage. I mean, you'd be still hungry after that.
Yeah.
I'd go into the crew dining and stand there looking hungry until they'd offer to give me some of their leftovers. And but they were skimping on expenses.
Uh-huh. And during the time that you were in the Sea Org, did they provide you with medical insurance or medical care?
Oh, not particularly. I was expected to pay for. I got some medical care, and then.
But did the Sea Org pay for it, or was it on welfare?
No, Sea Org paid for some of it, and then I paid for some of it.
So you had to pay from your salary your own medical care?
Yeah, some.